Hi y'all, this is Tam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a flip through in a completed journal, and I'll also be showing you guys the new journal that I made. So that is what you currently see on screen. This is the one I just put together on today, and this is the one I'll be using as I move forward to do my documenting, memory keeping, and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to just quickly flip through it to show you guys what it looked like, which is it's nothing special. I usually start with a blank slate and it just grows from there. So the spine is roughly about 3 inches, and the cover, or the size of the book rather, is 5.5 wide and looks like 9.5 feet long. So 9.5 that way, 5.5 this way, and a 3-inch spine. How many pages are in here? Let me see. I did not count. So there are 132 pages in this journal. And I usually, again, start with a blank slate, and it just kind of grows from there with whatever it is I decide to put in. It is cloth, and this is some pretty fabric that was actually gifted to me by one of my subscribers, Tracy. And she just sent me some fabrics, and I use them to cover journals. I use them to put inside of journals. So I appreciate you, Tracy. Thank you so much for gifting me with that. You're going to hear background noise, as I'm sure you already realized by now. I have some of the kids downstairs with me. This is just my new life. There is no quiet moment where I'm going to be able to just do any recording unless I do it in the middle of the night while everyone is sleeping, which doesn't work for me because I'm trying to sleep as well. So, but it's a cloth covered journal, and on the inside covers, I just did some decorative paper on the back and the front, and inside I did some craft paper, book pages, music paper, and just coffee stain paper. So I'll just flip through real quick. Again, it's nothing really special. It's just a blank slate. I did add a piece of vellum in each signature, book pages, coffee dyed paper, music paper. So this is what I usually start with. Just something as simple as this, and it kind of grows into a ginormous, I can hardly contain it situation. And with this particular journal, I actually set it up in the style of a traveler's notebook, which means the signatures are removable. I don't use my covers for anything other than the purpose of what I create the journal for, but I like being able to take the signatures in and out to do my journaling, because as you will see in the flip through that I'm about to do, the book grows really fast, and the bigger the book, the less likely it is for you to comfortably journal, because it's so huge and you can't lay it flat like this anymore. But the thing with me being able to remove my signatures is I can always lay the signature flat, and that helps me to journal without, feeling as though it's an uncomfortable situation. High on one side, low on the other. It's really bumpy. You can't really write. Things like that. So, okay, just a second. Just a minute. Okay, and this is a pretty little book page here I found in one of my botanical books, and it's actually of a mushroom. And I was going to say, I'm going to save that for something else, but I mean, I have so many things that I'm saving for something special. You just end up with, a huge stash that you're not using because you're waiting on the perfect situation to use it for. So I got to stop doing that, because I have to start using my stash, and can't keep saving everything for that special entry or that special journal or that special order or whatever. So that's what I did with that cute little mushroom page. And so the spine, as you will see, again, it's set up kind of like a traveler's notebook where I can remove the signatures. So I have these little threads where I thread the elastic band through. And so again, I can just take my signatures out like you see here, and I did thread them. That's my attachment method for these signatures, and I can just put it in and journal on it, lay it flat, move it around, and not have to be constricted by the cover of the book. And then once I'm done, I can just slip it in here. Now, some of you who have been a part of my channel for a while, you may have seen this method in another journal that I did before. It got really huge, and I ended up having to take all of the signatures out of the book because it was attached to the spine, and I ended up doing a method like this in another journal that I had already created, and I had a lot of blank pages in that journal, and I ended up having to take it apart to sew my signatures separately and then use the elastic bands to move them in and out. So I have an extra band here. I will probably not be using that because, again, my journals grow really fast and I'm trying to stick to around 3 signatures in them going forward. That way, if I only stick... You're welcome. That way, if I only stick to 3 signatures, hopefully I can be limited with the amount of things that I put inside. So again, this is the new one that I'll be using, and it's a really, really pretty fabric cover. I love it. So beautiful, and it's unique. I haven't seen anything like it. So again, I like that. I like to receive stuff from you guys, and I hopefully send you things that you aren't able to find in the store, or maybe things that you like and you can share with other people. So this is the flip through that I'm going to do in a completed journal. This is the last one. I show you guys a flip through of it while it was still brand new, just like I did with this one just now. This is what I start with. This is what I end up with. And so this is really huge. It is out of control big. And the spine on this one wasn't even 3 inches. I believe it was... Yeah, it was a little under 2.5 inches. There are only 3 signatures in here, and it grew really, really fast, and it became uncomfortable to journal in. And so when it gets that way, I end up having to just fill those blank pages with something that's not going to cause bulk and something that is not going to require me to do any writing, because again, it won't lay flat and I'm unable to write on the pages anymore. So again, if you want to see a flip through of this particular journal, please check out the other videos here on my channel. I did do a flip through of what this journal looked like brand new right after I had created it, and what it looked like before I filled it. But again, what I just showed you in the journal that I'm getting ready to start using, this is usually what it looks like. I don't decorate my pages. I don't include any ephemera. I don't do any washi, any of those things, because I do that stuff as I journal, and so I try to keep them pretty blank in the beginning. And again, I have no problem creating bulk, so I try to keep it as simple as I can once I start, because I'll be adding pictures and stickers and tags and washi and all kinds of stuff along the way. So you'll see here. So again, this is my latest completed journal. 3 signatures. It's really, really fat, really chunky. It cannot close all the way. And in situations like that, I usually just end up putting an elastic headband around it before I put it on the shelf to keep it from anything falling out in the pages or the signatures from flopping around, things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my intro page, so to speak. This page I usually don't do until the very end. So this one goes from August through October 2019, and I just did that I did the stamping of the dates on some coffee stain paper, and I just did some floral images on the side of it to kind of doll it up a little bit. This is a day out with one of my friends. She and I met up for... it was in the evening, but it wasn't quite dinner time. So I guess it's kind of sort of like a late lunch, early dinner. But it wasn't, too late in the evening when she and I got together. And I just attached that entry onto a quote card or whatever. I got out of a paper pad. And so on one side it had this, and on the other side it was just decoration. And so most of this is going to be self-explanatory, I guess. I'm not going to really need to do a whole lot of talking. You have background noise for entertainment purposes, unfortunately, but that's what we're working with. So this is, I just did a pocket behind this entry, and that is some wax seal there. That's Levi at the mall. Also got another little tuck spot behind those photos that I did some journaling on. And this is a letter from my best friend and pen pal. You'll see that a lot of the letters that I get from my pen pals are in here. That also adds to the bulk. Some people throw their letters away. I've never been that type of person. I've got letters from when I was in high school from people. I mean, I never throw letters and cards and things like that away. Now, when I pass and my family wants to trash it, they can. But I feel like if someone has taken the opportunity to put pen to paper, I mean, that becomes a piece of ephemera within itself for me. And so I like to keep letters and cards and notes and things like that. And since I've been doing junk journaling, a lot of that stuff now goes inside the journal itself, and that creates the bulkiness that you guys see that I'm dealing with. Here I kept some little tags from some journals I sold. Here is a little journal entry from when my kids went to the dentist. And this is just some Daphne's Diary magazine paper. And this is like one of those little prescription things that they give you when you go pick up your prescription from the pharmacy. I did a little floral sticker down there, and I did some journaling on it and put some washi down the side here that you see. And I just used it like a tip in. So it just, what kind of medicine it was, that kind of thing. You'll see a lot of entries about things that we picked up at the store. I glue some of that down in here sometimes. This was a health fair at our church. I journaled about that. Some prayer requests. I made a little pocket and kind of stuck it in there from some ladies at church. A little piece of packaging from some Greek yogurt, and I journaled about that on this little doily. Some pictures of my husband fixing on my car, and I journaled about that there. That's me. And trying to remember, what was I journaling about? Oh, probably washing my hair. I try to take a picture of my hair growth and things like that along the way. I don't know if any of you guys know. I may have mentioned it on another video. I'm not sure. But I am locking my hair. So I will no longer be pressing it out and wearing my afro and things like that. I'm locking it. So lock is a permanent type hairstyle. You're just dealing with maintaining the roots and making sure it's not too tight and no breakage and things like that. So it's really, really easy for me. But when I do wash it and twist it, retwist it, I try to document it so I can document my hair growth and things like that. This is when my husband and I went on a lunch date. We went to Firehouse Subs. Kind of like a upscale version of Subway, so to speak, but just different types of sandwiches. But to me, it's like a Subway. They just don't sell the same type of sandwiches that Subway sells, but you do the same thing that you would be. Choose your bread, your toppings, your meat, that kind of thing. This is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I have got to say, I said I wasn't going to talk through every page, but it appears that I am. So you may as well get you something to drink, a snack, just sit back and relax. And because I don't have any music, I see people's videos where they have like all kinds of different music and they've sped it up, and I'm not that technical savvy person. I turn on the thing, I hit record, and that's pretty much it. I don't have an intro other than my own self, and I don't have any background music and all those bells and whistles. So I don't know how to use a computer like that. Anyways, I know how to turn it on. I know how to type. I know how to use the programs. They help me to do my job, and that's pretty much it. this is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which has become hands down my favorite movie. And I've watched it 100 times at the beck and call of my toddler, and also just for my own viewing pleasure. But I love that movie. Very, very, very good movie to me. Someone else may not think so. This is a little journaling up there with the applesauce label. That's Levi, which he'll be the kid that you'll see the most in my journal because he's still small enough where it's not weird for me to take a picture of him every day as he grows and, just put him in my journal. But my other kids are older, so, I don't take as many pictures of them as I do him while he continues to grow because they're already grown. And just special occasions, birthdays, things like that, or when they let me type thing. So this is like a little bird collage page I did. Birds of a feather flock together. People used to say that all the time when I was growing up. Didn't know what it meant then. I know what it means now. Grandparents' Day at our church, and so I journaled about it here in the sermon that our pastor preached. This is a Fruit Loop packaging, and just this is an envelope, coffee dye envelope, and I did some journaling on the inside, and that's that. This is a photo collage. I'm trying to work with this huge dilemma of a book, y'all. This is a photo collage. Me, my husband, and Levi, just some different, days that we just take random photos, and I just kind of collage them on the page and kind of put washi down and the dates that the photos were taken. So that's that. Journaling about my husband. Picked up some sushi for us one night, so I put washi the tag and used some alphabet stickers and kind of put some little sushi stickers that I have here. Journaling about a new cooler that my husband got for work, and I did some journaling behind there about some juicy juice. Some issues with my blood pressure. I was monitoring that for my doctor at my doctor's request for a while. So after I took it and she documented it in my records or whatever, I just brought it home and put it in my journal. And there's a photo of Levi relaxing, little legs crossed like he's a little man. A picture of my husband, my love, my baby, and just some journaling there. There's a picture of me at work, my little workflow. So every now and then I'll snap a picture of me at work at my desk because I am there more than I am anywhere else. And so, it's usually a selfie. And I just put some washi down, kind of made like a little collage out of it and put my photo in the middle of it. It's a little just exercising, just journaling page where you just want to get it out. I put like a little pineapple there and that little saying, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, be sweet. And there's a picture of Levi in his little gecko get up. Can y'all see that? He was so fracking cute. Can you see it? Focus. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but he was Gecko from the PJ Masks. This is a journaling entry when we went to thrifting. We just went out thrifting one day, my husband and I, and some of the places that we went, I just grabbed some of the tags and the business cards and things like that from a little booth that they had with all the people that come back and forth, leaving their business cards and stuff for people. I just grab stuff like that for ephemera and I stick it in my journal. So that's what I did. This is a letter from, I don't remember who. Don't want to take that out because I don't know if the address is concealed. Oh, this letter came in from our church inviting us to a fellowship dinner. And I just stuck some tags here from some things that I had purchased and put a scripture down here, stamped it at the bottom. There's Levi again. He's not feeling well. I stuck the little medicine bottle sticker there. Journaling about my husband and I finally getting back into the swing of going to church together now that he found him a new job that allows him to be off on the weekends. This is Levi's birthday spread, stickers galore, washi galore, balloons, all that kind of stuff. So he turned 3 years old a few weeks ago, and so we went out to celebrate that at Chuck E. Cheese. And so, of course, he has a huge journaling entry. And I stuck all the stickers and the Chuck E. Cheese little pass card or whatever behind his birthday card here. And that little picture that it takes when you're in that little car, even though they don't come out clear worth anything, I still stuck it down in here. That is the end of the first signature. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? This is out of control big, and so all of them usually end up being about this size, and it got to a point where I could no longer comfortably journal, and that bothered me, and it was no longer fun. It became a stressful situation. So journaling shouldn't be stressful. It should be a stress reliever. So I usually end up having to go ahead and complete it, trying to end up with as few blank pages as I can. This, I was journaling about some coffee, and I put some alphabet stickers there, strong and sweet, and I put that coffee label, and I journaled about it. Put some stenciling on here with some washi. And this is from my very first Etsy sale. Of course, that had to be in here. And for all of you who don't know, I do have an Etsy store where I sell these journals that I make. It is linked below in the description of this video. Come on over there and see if there's anything that you guys want to purchase. I will be uploading a video regarding some things that I will be adding to my shop in the next week or so. I hate to put dates out there because my schedule is so not structured. It's just all over the place. But I want to upload some journals in there for the holidays as well as the season. I have some fall journals I want to go ahead and put in there, even though fall is technically already in swing, has been in swing for over a month or so now. But I still want to upload them because I don't believe certain journals can only be used during certain times of the year. I believe if you like the journal, no matter what season it's based on, you could still use it if you want. And I have some that people might be able to use for their December daily. So I will be uploading some Christmas holiday journals as well. Mommy, look. So I see. Thank you. Levi wants to show me what he made, y'all. And that's what he made. Thank you. So I will be uploading some holiday journals that I have made here. The problem with Etsy is, I don't want to say the problem with Etsy, but just the way it works is in order for you to be effective in your sale, you have to post pictures, and with that comes you have to have lighting that is going to show people what the product is. So usually for me, I do a full flip through of my journals before I upload them because my lighting isn't always good here at home for pictures. So even if you don't quite see the details and the beauty of the journal through photos, you can still come to my YouTube channel and look at the full flip through of the journal on here. So this is a card I received. I stuck it in there. I journaled about it on the envelope flap. Some more collaging. I do a lot of this in my journals. Just things, tickets, tags, and things that I get off packages and stuff that we purchase or use. And this is something similar there. And that's Levi laid back again, just relaxing. And I journaled about that there. Took a picture of him kind of laying back. That's me and Alex and Levi. Stopped at a Wendy's coming from church one Sunday. That's me and my honey bunch. And we was at church one, I believe it was Father's Day Sunday. Stopped at a Vision Works here in Georgia. I had some contacts that were done and I didn't have any more, so you just stop wherever. And I stopped at the very first Vision Works I could, and they were able to help me out. And you know, when you go in and you get an exam, because my prescription had expired, they will give you a trial pair for free. So that accomplished the goal. I was just looking to get a pair of contacts, and I was able to, do that. No problem. This is a subscription that I had, and I just journaled about it here, and I put the label here in my journal. Journaling about storage issues for my crafting supplies. Another picture of me with a fresh wash and retwist. Some little tags and stickers. Ross has probably become my favorite store to get business casual clothes. It's pretty reasonable, and most of their clothes fit true to size. So if you are a size 12, 14, or maybe you are a size 3, I don't know. I don't have, any knowledge about thin people's sizes. I just know that, the size that I'm usually looking for, they usually have. So, they're pretty good. They're true to size. So the same size that you would get out of, Walmart for a pair of jeans is usually the same size that you'll wear their clothes in their store, at least for me. Another label from a package that came to me in the mail. This is a card from my friend for my birthday. Don't want to open it because I know inside of it she put some personal information about herself. This is another little tuck spot here. I did some journaling on the other side of this card, and I just kind of stuck it inside a little package that came off of some wall switches, and I journaled about my husband doing some little repairs and stuff around the house. Mommy, look. I see it. Thank you. So this is us out thrifting again, and basically when we go to thrift stores and yard sales and consignment shops and things like that, that's what I call thrifting. But I just journaled about it here. I took one of the little cards off of the counter of one of the places we went to, and I just made it a little flip up, and I journaled about it, and that's us there. That's me and Levi there. So just journaling about everyday life. That's usually what my journaling is all about, guys. That's an old photo from Mother's Day that I put in here because I had it in my phone and I just printed it out. This is me journaling about the good old infamous bonnet. I know we all have one, or maybe you don't. I can only speak for myself. I do wear bonnets, and my husband hates them, but I wear them anyway because they keep my hair decent in terms of not causing it to frizz, and they help me to maintain my hairstyle long term. And so now that I'm transitioning into locks, which I've been doing for almost a year now, it definitely helps me to keep my hand out of my hair, because I'm the type of person who will just be sitting and I'll just run my fingers through my hair. When I have this on, I don't have that problem. The bonnet keeps my hand out my hair, and it keeps me to help, maintain my styles. This is another card from my friend. She sent me while I was out sick from work. And this is another packaging. This is me journaling. Not really journaling. I stuck down a tag, a receipt from when I picked up a salad from Zaxby's. And this is a little label from a Keurig coffee canister, and a little postage piece from an envelope. And because the washi had lemons, and this is the scented washi. It don't really smell like anything now, but I also have something on my hands, so I don't know, and a little lemon sticker down here at the bottom, so I stuck that in there. Journaling again about some salmon and some wine that my husband picked up from Sam's, and so journal about it here, and kind of put the stickers from the wine bottle and the sticker from the salmon package here. This is an old entry from an Easter card that they gave us at church along with a photo, and I just glued it in here. So sometimes my journaling kind of backs up, and maybe I even find journaling that I meant to journal about in one of my previous junk journals and just didn't. Wherever I find it, I just put it in the journal that I'm working in at that time. So even though my journal is supposed to be dated from August through October, there are some old entries in here from some things that I found, in the process of journaling. So old photographs, old cards, old letters, things like that. I'll just stick them in here. So this is a picture of my husband and I. We're still out probably junking or thrifting or whatever y'all call it. Oh yeah, we went out thrifting again on this day. So I just took a picture of us in the car. Stuck down some more receipts and just put some stickers and stuff on that page. This is an old birthday card from my old job. And this is a bag, and in it I just did some journaling and stuck a photo on the other side of it. Again, this is an old entry from Easter of this year. So obviously Easter is prior to August, but there was a photo I had laying around. I just journaled about it and stuck it in here. This is a photo of my oldest son, Shandon. Again, I transitioned from one job to another, and some of the old photos that I had at that job, I just stuck them down in here. So this is a picture of him when he was a year old. I just kind of stuck it in here. He is now 22, so he looks nothing like that. And at the time, when you have your kids, you just never know how they're going to turn out, what they're going to do with themselves, what kind of life they're going to create. But I can just remember seeing him as a little boy back then. So sweet, so cute. Now he's a little man, and he's having some struggles trying to get himself together, but he'll get there. This is a photo of us out doing some school shopping back in August. And this is a photo of us at a football game. And that's a photo of my dog who passed away in February of this year. And that's a little scripture card I created on my Bible journaling channel. And for those who don't know, I do have a Bible journaling YouTube channel. It's linked below in the description of this video, where I journal in my Bible and talk about my faith. So if you're interested in that, please click the link below in the description of this video, and it'll lead you right to that channel, and you can subscribe if you want to over there as well. This is a flip out entry of Alex's birthday. We went to we bowled a little bit, and they had like a game room in the same facility, so they played some games for a little bit, and then we always go to CC's Pizza after the birthday. So this is kind of like a little flip out entry, a picture of his cake and everybody on the photos here. So it just kind of flips out, and on this side another flip out, more pictures, the bowling, and this is some more flip outs. You can't have too many flip outs, guys. That's my problem. I'm just a flip out queen, and I just have flip outs everywhere. That adds bulk, and I keep all kinds of receipts and tags and tickets. That adds bulk, so it's not hard for me at all to add bulk to my journals. It's very easy, and it gets out of control very quickly. This was actually a gospel tract that I found in my local post office, and I thought, that's interesting. It kind of caught my attention, and I first thing I thought about was ephemera, right? That's the first thing we think about, those of us who journal. You think to yourself, okay, how can I use that in my journaling? So I picked it up, and when I got to the car, I read it, and it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth in terms of there is a little bit of false doctrine in this pamphlet, and I just wanted to journal about that. I journal about that behind here. But also I put a title up here on this entry, read the instruction manual, and in my particular situation, the instruction manual would be the Word of God. So sometimes people will believe the things that they read just because people put them out on paper and they hand them to you, in different places. But you have to read the Word of God for yourself, and you have to make sure that you're getting an understanding of what the Word of God says for yourself, and not depend on other people reading it for you and giving you, what they say it means versus what does it truly mean. So basically this track was talking about drinking is a sin. Nowhere in the Bible does it say drinking is a sin. Jesus actually created wine. That was his first miracle. He created the miracle of wine. He performed a miracle of creating wine at a wedding. That was his very first miracle. Why, would that have happened if drinking was a sin? If drinking isn't something that is also used to celebrate, special occasions, weddings and anniversaries and things like that. Drinking in excess is a sin. Getting drunk, falling all over yourself, not even knowing where you are, what you're doing, getting behind the wheel of a car while you're drunk, putting your life in jeopardy, someone else's life in jeopardy. That's where where the sin comes in. So drinking within itself, anything that we do, I'm sorry, I'm preaching on this channel. I usually do this on my Bible journaling channel, but this kind of hit a nerve with me. But anything that we do in excess, not just drinking, but we have people who will pick and choose what they consider to be big sins, and they kind of, lead people into thinking things that are not true. But that kind of struck a nerve with me. I had to put it in here. I had to journal about it. That's what I did. This is a pair of boots that my husband bought for work, and they had like 100,000 stickers on it. Steel toe, slip resistant, oil resistant, all day comfort. I just thought it was the funniest thing that they put so many tags on it, but I stuck them all down in here and I journaled about that. That is the second signature. And now we are in the last signature. There are some stickers, not stickers, why do I keep calling these stickers? Receipts. I stuck down in here of some purchases that we had made. This is a letter that came in from one of my pen pals, Stephanie. I stuck this in here along with the packaging that it came in and the tracking and all that stuff. I just glue it down in here. This is an entry of the very first band performance that Alex did while we went to that game. So I kept the little ticket stubs and took some pictures, put them down in here, and put some washi and journal about it and all that stuff. And so this is my husband and I on a lunch date back in the summer of this year. And I just put some washi tape and stuff like that in here. This is where I started to grow really big, and I wasn't going to have enough room to write. So what I do in instances like that, when the journal has become so bulky, I can't comfortably write in it anymore, I just either use little tags or journaling cards or whatever to kind of stick in different places, or I just put these big old stickers on the pages. So the page won't be blank. It'll have something on it. Same thing with this one. And you just try to move forward from there. So when my journal gets like that, again, I just try to keep it moving and do what I can not to add any extra bulk and also not to have to write on the pages. This is me journaling about an ear infection that I had. It was the hardest thing in the world to get rid of. I stayed on antibiotics for almost a month. I was like, what is really going on? But my immune system was compromised because of some other issues that I had going on. So my body was not fighting off infection like it was supposed to. I still think it's not doing what it's supposed to do 100%, but it's a whole lot better than it used to be back then. I had to stop going to the doctor because the doctor is expensive. Co-pays and out-of-pocket expenses and all that stuff. It's just a hot mess express. It's too much. This is Levi with his little Spider-Man toy he got back in August. I took a picture of him because he wanted to open it before we even got to the car. So we ended up opening it in the store, and I took a picture of him on the sidewalk while he had it there in his hand, and I journaled about it there. This is a package that came in from my friend Faith back in July. I believe, now let me just say this, everybody that I'm a pen pal with, I believe I have written everybody back except for two things that I got in the mail back in September. That was from Shantae, my best friend in Mississippi, and I got a package in from Michelle back in September. Neither of which I've opened because that's how far behind I am on different things. But everybody else, Faith, Fam, Stephanie, and someone else. I have another pen pal. I'm sorry, I don't mean to forget you, whoever you are. Let me think, because now that's going to make me feel bad that I forgot one of you guys. My pen pals are Michelle, Fam, Shantae, and Faith, and Stephanie. So I believe all of you have gotten something back from me with the exception of Michelle and Shantae, and that's only because they have written me back since I've written them. So I believe I'm caught up on pen pals. I'm behind on racks, but I don't think I'm as behind on pen pals as I am on racks. But this came in from Faith, and this is from back in July. I have written you since then. I want to say Faith, so let me know if that is not true. I'll try to keep a list of that, and so I journaled about it, and she gave me all these little kind of out of space type solar system type things. And those are just some business cards that I pick up while I'm out and about. Everything can be ephemera as far as I'm concerned. This is some documents from my doctor's office. I just kind of stuck it in here too. This is a picture of my husband renovating our bathroom, and I took a picture of him doing that, journaled about it. This is a picture of our anniversary, which was also a few weeks ago, and I took some pictures while we were out celebrating that. You know, we took like a staycation, and so I took pictures of us and the food and stuff that we ate, and I journaled about it in this little pocket here. I put it down in there. Some more tags and tickets. This is a entry from my pen pal fam. She sent me a package back in July as well, and I kind of did a flip out type thing, and I did some journaling on a card. And this kind of flips up, but that has her address under there, so I'm not going to mess with that. And what else? This flips up as well. That's a letter and a card that she gave me. And this is kind of like a raised butterfly. So cute. And it has a little sparkly glitter on it. Glitter is always in order. This is because my birthday and our anniversary is so close together, this was for my anniversary. This is an anniversary card from my husband. I won't open that up, but it's so pretty and it's purple. This is a picture of Alex on the first day of school. This is a two-page entry of Levi. Had to go to the doctor that day. He wasn't feeling well. Took a picture of him. I believe I had to go to the doctor and he had to go to the doctor on the same day. So this was him in my doctor's office, and this is him in his doctor's office. And this is also another Etsy sale. I just kind of journaled about it and stuck it in there. Some more coffee documenting. I love Colombian coffee. That's one of my favorites. I always keep it in the house. Around this time of the year, though, once we get into the fall, I usually do pumpkin spice, coffee in lieu of my Colombian coffee, because I love pumpkin spice coffee, but it only comes out during certain times of the year, so I always make sure I get it and have a little stash of it here at the house to last me throughout the season. These are awesome thank you cards that I've received from various people, and I just kind of put this little card on the front, a little something to say thanks, and did a little sticker on it. These are some receipts and things that I'm getting from Alex being in the band. It's a really expensive, what do you call it? When kids do stuff on the side, what do you call that? Extracurricular activity. It's expensive. Band is expensive, just like football, basketball, anything else. So I kind of journaled about it, kept some receipts of some things, that kind of thing. This is another filler page. I kind of put some stickers down, some little cards. Didn't do much writing on there. This is from my pen pal Ann. I kind of stuck her little card that I journaled about it underneath in an envelope that she included in the package that she sent, and put some stickers and washi and stuff down there. On the other side is the actual envelope part of it anyway, and the stickers from what she sent me. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm gonna look at it in a minute, okay? And this is the letter that she included. I kind of kept it in the envelope that she sent it in and just used it as a flip out here. So this is the stickers that they give you every Sunday when you drop your kid off for Sunday school. I usually have a purse full of them by the end of the month, and I just took a couple of them out of my purse and stuck them down in here. This is a picture of my husband testing out some new headphones that he had gotten. I took a picture of him while we were riding in the car. He had his little headphones on. This is a PF chain bag that I got. Looks like that's coming up. Let's put a staple in that. That's why junk journaling is so beautiful. Staples look like they were a part of the page. You're just trying to hold things together. And behind it, I did some journaling and just stuck it behind that little plastic bag from PF Chains. And here's another filler page. I kind of glued a book page onto it, stamped it, put some washi down the side, and that's pretty much it. Some journaling about a visit with my mom in Mississippi, who I am also going to see, and I'll upload a video for everybody that may be wondering how she's doing. Once I lay eyes on her for myself, I can better tell you guys how I feel she's doing and what she's looking like and everything like that versus what I'm hearing through my sister most of the time. But I haven't physically seen my mom since I went down there this past spring when she had the surgery. So this will be my first time going to see her, and I'm just anxious to see her face to face to see how she's looking and how she's doing. But just a brief synopsis of that, she's getting her chemo treatments and she's, trying to deal with that. She's dealing with the side effects of that. So, that's pretty much where we are at this time. And they're just, making sure they check her every couple of months to see if the chemo she's working. The first round of chemo that she was on was not working, so they had to increase or change her chemo treatments to something that was a little bit stronger, and it does come with stronger side effects. So she says that her eyebrows, I forgot how to say eyebrows. Her eyebrows are growing back, and some of her hair is also growing back, but this last round of chemo that they put her on is much, much stronger. So that's a picture of me showing up for a job interview that I had. I actually got this job. This is the job that I'm working now. Didn't know it at the time, but I took a picture of me waiting in the waiting room for the person to come out to interview me, and not knowing that I would actually get that job. So here we are. This is also another little journaling page that I did, and I did some little journaling on the back of the card, and I slipped it back there. I love VW Bugs. I don't know if I've said that. Volkswagen Bugs is my favorite car. That's my dream car, an old Volkswagen Bug. That's probably crazy to some people because some folks want the latest and the greatest. I love the VW Bug, the old school one, not the new one. I like the old one that you're going to find sitting in somebody's driveway since they were in high school 20 years ago. That's the car I want. So one day I'm going to get me one. It's going to be restored, and I'm going to be riding around Georgia in it. Another little journaling entry about Spider-Man and a blanket, and I just kind of tore that off. But this is a little journaling, and it's just a piece of paper, so it's a little bit flimsy. But I stuck it behind the little blanket tag. This is also something of Levi's I got from school. He was doing some artwork, and I just decided to glue it in here. So that's the front and the back of this one page. And this is some advertisement that they sent at a company called Nothing But Cakes. And so, I journaled about receiving these little temptations in the mail. This is also another filler, F-I-L-L-E-R page. I just kind of put a little word sticker down, and I wrote a scripture, and I put some little stickers on there. And last but not least, this is a page of Levi, Sleep and Awake. He woke up while I was taking a picture of him sleep, so I just took a picture of him being awake too. And I put that here in my journal. And that is the end, guys. It is almost an hour into this video. I didn't know how long it was going to take, but that's how it is. So this is a journal that is being retired for viewing pleasure only in the future. And this is the one that I am going to be using going forward to make new entries in. So again, I appreciate you guys. As I just stated at some point throughout this video, I have an Etsy shop. Go check that out. I also have a second channel. Go check that out. All of that is listed below in the description of this video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!